Hi, second grade. We just finished with the STEM with balloons and celebrating and thinking about birthdays. And by the way, happy birthday to all of you that had a birthday since we've been doing school at home or are going to have a birthday this summer. I missed out too. I was at home when I had my birthday as well. I think I mentioned that on the video. So I thought, what could I do for our birthday celebration week? And I thought, you know what? Even though Miss Lola had us read this story this beginning of the school year, I only think I read it to some kids that stayed after for aftercare. So I wanted to read it, and I'm sure you've heard it before, but I thought it'd be a fun story for us to have with all the colors of the day the crayons quit. One day, Duncan went to take his crayons out, and he found a stack of letters with his name on them. And they said, "To Duncan." "Dear Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons. All year long, I wear myself out, coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, everything else that's red. I even work on the holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon." "Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, wizard hats. But it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon." "Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I'm neither. I'm beige, and I'm proud. And I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. It is not fair that Brown gets all the bears, ponies, puppies, while the only things I get are turkey dinners, and that's if I'm lucky, and wheat, and let's be honest. When was the last time you saw a kid get excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, Beige Crayon." "Oh, dear Duncan. Gray Crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants. And you know, I know that elephants are gray. But that's a lot of space. And it's a lot of space to color all by myself. Don't even get me started on your rhinos and hippos and humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling all those things? They're big animals. You know, baby penguins, they're gray. And so are very tiny little rocks or pebbles. How about that you would, maybe once in a while, do those and give me a break? I'm very tired. I'm very tired, friend. Gray Crayon." "Dear Duncan, you color with me, but why? Most of the time I'm the same color as the page you're using me on, white. If I didn't have black outline, you wouldn't even know it was there. And I'm not even in the rainbow. I'm only used to color snow or fill in empty space between other things, and it leaves me feeling, empty. We need to talk. Your empty friend, White Crayon." "Dear Duncan, I hate being used to draw the outline of things that are colored in, they're colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me, and it's not fair. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice, beach ball, and then you fill in the colors of the ball with all the other colors and crayons. How about a black beach ball sometime? Is that too much to ask? Your friend, Black Crayon."
"Dear Duncan, as a green crayon, I'm writing for two reasons. One is to say what I like. I like my work. Loads of crocodiles and trees and dinosaurs and frogs. I have no problem and wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green. I mean, so far it's been great.
But the second reason I write is for my friends, yellow crayon and orange crayon. They are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel that they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, green crayon.
Dear Duncan, yellow crayon here, and I need to tell you something. I need you to tell orange crayon that, well, I'm the color of the sun. I would tell him, but we're no longer speaking, and I can prove that I'm the color of the sun too. Last Tuesday, you used me to color the sun in your Happy Farm coloring book. In case you've forgotten, hey, that's on page 7. And you can't miss me shining down brilliantly on the field of yellow corn. Your pal and, well, the true color of the sun, yellow crayon.
Dear Duncan, I see yellow crayon already talked to you, the big whiner. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know that I'm clearly the color of the sun because, well, on Thursday, you used me to color the sun in both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Aren't you glad I'm here? Ha! Your pal and the real color of the sun, orange crayon.
Dear Duncan, it's been great being your favorite color, this past year and the year before that, and, well, the year before that. I have really enjoyed all the oceans, lakes, and rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies, but the bad news is that, well, I'm so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing of the coloring book the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, blue crayon.
Duncan, listen here, kid. You have used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl, right? You think I'm a girl's color, right? Isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you because she used me to color in her Pretty Princess coloring book. I think that she did a fabulous job at staying inside those lines. Now back to us. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur or monster or cowboy? Goodness knows they could use a splash of my color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. Dear Duncan, it's Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my paper wrapping? Because now I'm naked and too embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I don't even have any underwear. How would you like to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help! Your naked friend, Peach Crayon. Well, poor Duncan just wanted to color. And of course, he wanted his crayons to be happy, so that gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him a good work sticker for coloring. Notice all the things colored in different things. We see a whale that's orange, and we do see, it looks like a dinosaur that's pink, and all the things that are colored differently. And she also gave him a gold star for creativity. And what I wanted to say about that is that I know it's great to color inside the lines. I can remember coloring the lines heavy, and sometimes we need to do that. In fact, I know Mrs. Frame has many times said, stay inside the lines, and there are times when that's important. But when you do artistic expression, when you're doing something that you're just creating, why don't you take time to maybe color outside the lines and color things differently? I met a little girl a couple years ago, and her name was Harper. Her name is Harper. And she would color outside of the lines, and she's taught me how beautiful that can be. She would do things differently, the way she cut paper. Now, in school, we need to do things that are right, and sometimes there's rules to follow, but in art, in expression, whether that's dance, whether that is painting, whether that is music. I've heard a violin be played this beautiful classical way, but I've also heard violins be used in an edgier way. Both are beautiful. Both are creative. And so try to do something a little different. Look at things differently. Try to, I talk about inventing and in science about doing things, but in art, it's the same way. Each of you are uniquely created. None of you look the same, so none of your pictures should look exactly the same. So try to do an art project this week. Do something creative. Think outside of that coloring box. And I would love to see them. I'm totally excited to see what you might do. And so use that creative spark to make something beautiful. Bye.